Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name's Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Yes, welcome to our channel. We're independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrators based in the UK. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up! Products from our online shop. Do use the current host code, which can be found on our website at mitoscrafts.com to receive a handmade card from us the following month, or any extra gifts if your order qualifies, in the form of packs of gems or pearls, as well as exclusive tutorial bundles designed by the Stampin' Glam Squad design team and the Global Creative Project, which is a PDF and video tutorial. We give away the cards that we create during our live, so pop in a comment, say hello, and you'll be put into the random draw automatically. And we do our live stream every Wednesdays and Sundays, so if you'd love to see more Stampin' Up! Card making and papercraft inspiration, don't forget to hit that like button as well as subscribe to our channel. So before we do the random draw for this card I created on Sunday using Peaceful Cabin, we'll say hello to those of you who have joined us already. So we have Connie, Christine, Janelle, Valerie, Betty, Caroline, Maureen, Mandy, Gian, Sandra, Debbie, hello, Sherry, hi, Jackie, Teresa, and yes, Betty, Joanne, hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lovely. Yes, thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to pick the winner for Jay's card, which he did in a second. We're going to be working with the Merriest Moments tonight. So it's the stamp set coordinates with a embossing folder as well as a die set. So we're going to show you that tonight if you haven't already seen it. It is also one of our upcoming all-day retreats for the TNT, so teaching you new tricks, or the naughty table, depending on how you know us. Yeah, so it's one of those. Yes. I'm sure Jay can fill you in with that bit.
Yes, booking is now open on our website at mitoscrafts.com. So yeah, worldwide option is available as well. So just like our normal card making online class, and for UK options, you'll have the goodie box with the stamp set or the bundle, depending on the options that you choose.
Yes, so that's good. So yeah, so if you like that, then go over to our website and book in for that one there at Merriest Moments. But we're going to pick a winner to receive this card right now, and then we'll crack on with tonight's demonstration. So good luck, everyone. If you've got your comments in, there's only 16 of you tonight, so chances are high. So let's go over to that right now.
Right, I'll just refresh that one. There we go, and we have Crea
Made. So I'm not sure if that's your real name or if that's a YouTube name, but please message us. Details popping up along the screen. Barry and Jay at mitosucrafts.com if you would like to receive this. Just pop today's date, so the 11th of August, in the subject line, card winner, and then your address details in the main subject, and we will pop this card in the post to you.
Amazing.
So well done.
So
congratulations. That's a new name as well. So if anyone knows who this person is, then please ping them a message, let them know. So excellent, well done. So yes, let's have a little look. So Merriest Moments, this one right here. So as we mentioned, you get some lovely nice big sentiments in here as well. You get these poinsettias, you get the leaves, you get some fancy bits, you get some berries, some nice, it's just a nice all-round stamp set, and it's one which I think you're going to be able to build up lots of layers with as well, because it coordinates with, let's show you the dies first, it coordinates with the dies, which is these, and it's for a frame, so you can then, with the embossing folder, which is this one right here, so it's got this lovely pattern, this is going to cut out cut this out, if I can get it the right way around, whatever way around it is there, probably that one, there we go. So we'll cut that out so you can emboss, you can die cut and then you can emboss just this part. You've got some detail bits here, you've got your dies which is going to cut out your poinsettias and all of your leaves and your berries possibly in there. Your berries are there as well. You've got some other bits for some detailed poinsettias, so there's lots you can do with this. So we're just gonna touch the surface with this tonight. Lots you can do. So let's crack on. I'm gonna do something very simple. I think we'll see. I haven't actually designed this. I don't like it when I come onto camera and I actually haven't designed anything. So this could be interesting. I'm not sure what Jay's doing either, so I don't even know if he knows what he's doing yet either. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to take myself some cardstock. Can I use this card which is here, Jay, or should I cut some more stuff? Is that alright? So I'm just going to cut myself, first things first, I'm going to cut myself a card base down to size. So I'm just going to get myself some basic white thick, and I'm going to cut this down to our standard size of 14.6, which is 5 3/4. By the A4, which is 21 centimeters for us, and then I'm going to score that in half at 10.5 centimeters. Let me know what the lighting is like, because we haven't put our light on yet, so if it's a bit dark for you all, please do let us know. So that's my card base done, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the basic white normal, and I'm just going to cut this down to a layer. So I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut it down to the actual size at the moment, 10.5 by 14.6, because I just want to see. I need to work out, because I haven't used this yet, I need to work out how this fits into this and how much is going to hang over. Okay, yeah, I have some room, so I can take that down. I reckon I can at least get that down to. I'm going to come in 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to come in 3 millimeters. 10.2 that is then. Okay, which is 4 inches. By 14.3. So I've just come in 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters, because I just want a small border around the outside here. I will see if I can get away with going smaller, I will do, but I'm just taking little bits off at a time at the moment. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want the detail bits to pop over on the end right here. So I'm gonna just get that lined up correctly, and then I'm just gonna then pop that through the machine. So I'm gonna bring in the Suki. So we're gonna need the special plates here, because this is a 3D embossing folder. So we are gonna need the different plates on this one. So I'm just gonna take our base plate, which is number 1, and because we're using a 3D embossing folder, I'm going to be using plates number 1 and number 4 to be able to get the correct sandwich on this one. So which is this grey plate here. Just going to line my embossing up where I want it to be. So this is the hardest part, getting it all lined up. There we go. So I've got that lined up where I want that to be, and I'm using this line at the bottom down here to try and give me to line it up and make it straight as well. And let's see what this looks like. There we go. So I'm done with that for the time being. pop that and that down. Let's have a little look at how this come out. Alright, so let's look at the detail that folder gives you, and it's even around the outsides as well, all of these little details, these little stars or snowflakes or whatever you want to call them there. It's a really deep, that's such a deep embossing folder. It's lovely. Yeah, beautiful. You can do some nice sponging techniques on this as well, but I'm just going to keep this nice and white here. The frame which it's done as well is perfect. It's stunning. Really nice. So
Thank you,
there.
Jeanette.
Oh, thank you so much, Jeanette. So that there is just going to go straight on to the card base when we are ready for it. Alright, so we're kind of going to go white on white to start off with. And I don't think I could have got away with being much smaller on this, because there wasn't much room between the tips over here and here. So you want to either keep it the same as your card base, or you want to make it just a fraction bit smaller. An 1/8 of an inch seems to be, from our card sizes anyway. Alright, so that's that one. Good. We are going to take some other bits. So I'm going to grab the dies here as well. And in part of the dies you get this frame which is here, which is a frame which is going to go in the center part like this. Alright, so that's that one. And I also need to do some stamping with the poinsettia. So I'm going to grab the poinsettia die out for the time being. And what other one do I want out of there? Let's have a little look. Let's have the small and the medium hollies there. So that's good. So we'll do some stamping now. So I'm going to grab myself some, let's go with some real red. Let's use that one to start off with. I need a block, which is this one right here. And I'm going to take a stamp. So the stamp which I'm going to be using is this large one right here. So these are slightly bigger than what's on the actual images on the actual stamp case themselves. It normally tells you their images shown at 90%, so it tells you if they are actually bigger, same size, smaller. And then what you'll do, and then they've got their images printed on side, and this is what you're meant to then, once you've taken them out of this, you then would then pop them into your case so you know where everything is. Alright, so that's the way now, rather than printing everything on this, everything is now printed on the actual sheet itself. So it's up to you whether or not you use it that way. So I'm going to take one of the larger poinsettias here, and I'm going to grab myself some basic white. Now, can I get it on that scrap? Oh no, I need that. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know if Jay needs that, so I won't use that one. So I'm going to use real red right here. Oh, this is very juicy. We must have re-inked this or not used it that much. And then we'll just pop that down like so. So we've got a really nice poinsettia. I'm going to see what the other one looks like as well whilst I've got it. Let's do that one. Got to bear in mind the red is also going to stain your stamps, so just be aware of that one there. But staining doesn't damage them at all. Just means they're well loved. Alright, so there's the two which I have got. So I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine and see how that comes out. and I'm going to be running through some of these with some of the gold as well. Yeah, and I'm just thinking to myself, what else do I need on this? I may need something neutral in the middle, so I may need to get Jay to get me something in a second, which is a shame. Never mind, I missed it. I missed a bit which I planned for, so we're going to have a number 1 in a moment, I reckon, because I'm going to need to do the centre parts. Actually, yeah. Jay, can I have a yellow, please? A yellow ink pad. And a neutral as well, so like a crumb cake, please. Because if I remember correctly, poinsettias, the centre of poinsettias are normally yellow, if I remember correctly, aren't they? It's been a while. So I'm going to try this here. So I'm just going to grab my small block. I'm just going to see what this looks like first. So we've got a yellow one there, which that fits in, and even down to like these tiny little bits. That die is there designed to cut that one out as well. So we do that in a yellow. Morning, Sylvia. And we will then try it in a neutral as well and just see if that looks any different. So we're going to have options. So that's that. So we're going to cut that one out. I am also going to cut out that one. And that will be it for the time being. I'm just going to pop the light on ever so slightly. It's fine on camera, but it's a bit dark for me. So there we go. Poinsettia's centres are green, red bits, and these. I always see them as yellow, which is why I thought they were yellow. So, but they're actually green.
Do you want granny apple green?
No, I'm fine. I'm going to stick with yellow and crumb cake now. Thank you very much.
But it's designer's choice, whatever color you want it to be.
Yes. So we're going to go yellow.
But I think you need green.
I have got a green over here, actually. Thinking about it. So, are you two working with each other? trying to get me points. So let's pop this in here and just die cut some of these bits and bobs out and see how they look. So I'm just going to do these one at a time. It just cuts out so nice, it's lovely. So that's the large one. Let's see what the little one looks like. Just need to get that in place. Here we go.
Wow. Jerry said she gets 0 for you.
Yeah.
And Mandy as well.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So let's go with the yellow bits right there. So obviously you can stamp these down directly onto the actual card itself. You don't necessarily have to do these bits out, but I think it's quite nice that you have the option to build it up, so you can pop some dimensionals on the back right here. Don't even know if I've got any dimensionals here, so they may be on dimensionals, they may not be on dimensionals, who knows. Your guess is as good as mine at the moment. You're almost sold on this set, Mandy. What can we do to sell you? Let's see. Alright, so that's those bits right there. So that's that. I'm going to... I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to grab myself some of the gold foil here.
Gian said, she gets one for you, so you don't need anything else, okay?
No. The only thing I haven't got here with me, but that can wait until the end, is the stamp cleaner, you see. Because Jay hasn't even brought it over for himself yet. So he'll bring it over for him, but he won't bring it over for me.
No, I'll bring it. I'll bring it.
I don't need it yet. I can do it on I can do it once I've finished. But I haven't got the stamp cleaner, so the stamps are going to have to stay dirty for the time being. So I want to just use some of these gold bits here to get some of these out, but some of the smaller ones can go on my offcuts, which I've got down here, which is quite handy. So I may actually see if I can just go along with the 2 offcuts. So, is anyone else precious over their gold paper? If it's anything else, I'm not as precious. But when it comes to the gold, for some reason, I just want to make sure I get every little bit out of it. Is that just me, or is that all of us? So I'm just going to do that on the gold. I don't know if this is going to work, this part, we will see. Just use my pants, yes. So that's one. See, I wouldn't save that, that will go in the bin. But I will want 2 of these. So can I get another one out of this? Over the end there.
Not just you, Barry. Cheryl, Teresa, and Sherry.
Good.
And Mandy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just the gold or glitter. You just, I don't know. We're just a little bit more. Just cold cut. It's almost like I can't get rid of those little bits. I don't think I can get another one out. I might be able to squeeze another one out from down here. It may just have a little bit of a dip in one of the leaves over there, but that's fine. I'm sure I can hide that bit behind something if I do decide to use this one. Oh no, it cut perfectly. See, look at that. So that's good. So there's a couple of the leaves as well, which we're doing in gold. Cool. Alright, so let's just pop that to one side. Alright, so we have got some elements. Now the other bit I want to do as well is I want to do some stamping with the sentiment. So I've now got a decision on whether or not. So let's have a little look on what way round I do this.
Who's got the keys to
Toot toot.
beep beep?
So it's going to go. I please hope you can all hear the hooter in the background. I've not just gone do loudly and just going toot toot to you all.
Beep beep.
So I've got a yellow. Do we want a yellow centre? Or do we want a neutral centre? I'm actually quite liking the neutral actually. So that's that. So I just need to make a decision now on what sentiment I want to use, because the sentiments have disappeared. Have you got sentiments out already?
Are you sure?
Oh no,
but that's
sorry,
okay.
that's where I was doing stamping earlier on. Don't know. So that. So I now need to make a decision on whether or not I want to do this as a landscape card and go over like this. So thinking of you this festive season. Yeah, I think I'm going to go landscape. I'm going to go slightly different to what I have planned. So what sentiment do I use? Together is a merriest place to be. I think this one here is a little bit too big for landscapes. So a joyful Christmas to you and yours I'm going to go for. Was there any decisions on the centre part? I think neutral is what I can see down there. No? I'll tell them to keep quiet, shall I, Betty? It's confusing you thinking it's your phone.
What type of ringtone is that?
Wish I could tell them to keep quiet. So, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some heat embossing. So I'm going to grab some of my bits here and I am going to take some white embossing powder. I've got my embossing buddy again. I have got myself some Versamark and I've got my heat tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just prep my cardstock. Make sure it's not sticky at all. And then I'm going to take my Versamark. Get that nice and inky. Like this. And then I'm just going to then pop that on there like that. So you can see that there is now giving me that watermark on there, which is good. So we will now just heat set this with some white. So just chuck your white powder on. And then if you haven't brought yourself over some scrap paper, that's not a problem. You can use your cardstock, which you've got here, because I don't want to ask Jay for another something else. So just tap off the excess, so then that's what you're left with. Then you can then just decant this into back into your tub. And then we're just going to heat set that, so it's just going to get a little bit noisy as I zhuzh away. And there we have that. So we've now got a nice shiny white Christmas. So I can then just buff that off, and then I'm just going to then use this to then do this. Now I just need to think about how I want to do this, because if I have this is going to then be going to the side, so if I have that in the center, then this is going to have to come off a little bit more. So if I cut this a little bit more to the right hand side, leaving myself some blank space, it gives me a little bit more room to then fill this space with the poinsettia. So I'm just going to pop it in like that. Alright, so I'm just going to run that through the machine once again. Alright, so we just pop that in like that. And there we go. Does that look straight to you, Jay? Obviously I'm at an angle. Does that look? It looks a little bit off to me, doesn't it?
You wanted space, yeah?
Yeah, I want it spaced
It
because
looks straight.
it is straight now.
Yeah.
Just get his, cause he's standing by the side of me.
No, it's not. You need another one.
Right, so that's that. And there we have it. And this is a stitched edge as well, so you get this lovely stitching around the outside. So now I will rub this one on my trousers just to buff off any of that white, any of the white powder which was around, and that's just cleaned that one off. All right, so well, that's going to go in like that. So first things first, let's pop this onto the card base. So there, you can stick this whole layer down. I do like white and black Christmas cards. I think they are quite smart, and they're very clean cards. One thing and easy, yeah. One thing you do just need to be aware with this embossing folder is because it is so very detailed. What you may want to do is make it just maybe a tiny bit bigger than you actually need it to be, because when you emboss it, it does shrink the cardstock because obviously it's pulled it all in and it's so deep. You can see my border edge isn't quite the same top and bottom, so what I should have done is I should have made that layer a little bit, just a fraction, maybe a millimetre or two just bigger, just to compensate for that shrinking when it runs through. So just something to be aware of. It's because it's just so detailed. Obviously you're pushing it in, the paper's going to squish in on itself. But if that's something which bothers you, that if that isn't exactly the same distance there and we're just a couple of millimetres out, that's something just to be aware of. All right, or you can just cut your card base down just a millimetre or so smaller, whatever it works best for you. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of any excess ink around. So I'm going to pop that on the centre like that. So that is going to go onto some dimensionals. So let's just pop dimensionals all over the back of this. So I'm going to pop quite a few, as you can see on here, so please don't be scared. There we go, that's going to be stuck.
Just use mini glue dot. You won't use as much.
Here we go, and then that can then stick that on in here quite nicely. So that's that. Good. Then let's have a little look at these. So I want to let's have a look at some. I'm gonna say the twine word. I can't believe I'm saying this. I may not use it. I don't know yet. It depends on how if it plays ball. So we've got some of this. This is the Simply Elegant trim here. And Jay's done a very fancy pulling out.
I don't know if it still works because it should. I might have done it too tight. Wow.
This is why I won't use twine, because it's...
Just loop it and stick it.
Because it's it doesn't play ball with where I want it to go.
If you just want glue, that trim is really nice because it just forms the circles. He says.
He says. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to go like that. So there. So I just now need to think to myself, if I'm going to have a sticky dot somewhere around here. See, it doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to play ball, does it? So let's have a glue dot, and I reckon we'll pop that, because that there is going to cover up, go over like that, so I'm safe to put a glue dot somewhere underneath here, like that. And that's going to be used as my anchor point then. So I've got them twined, I've got them twirled up like that, and then I will then stick that over there like that, and then that can then go on this one right here. I'm trying to stick the wrong thing on the wrong bit then, aren't I? I've lost my lid. There's my lid. So that's good. I will just pop another. I'm just going to pop another glue dot on that one. Oh.
Mandy said she stick the tape first, then do the loops.
Sorry, what was that?
Mandy stick the tape first.
Ah, yes, yeah. So we've got that there. Then I'm going to then add, I'm not going to do glue dots on dimensionals on this part, but I may add some dimensionals on this one over, on these couple of bits over here, because these are the bits which are hanging off onto the actual card itself. And because I've got a bit of height on this now, it just stops it from sagging too much. So what I can do is I can have another, just to really get this stuck, pop another kind of like glue dots on top there. Stick that on like that. The glue dot there catches that one, and then the dimensionals catch that over here. Move that down a little bit so it's just now need to decide if I want to pop these bits on or if I want to leave it as it is. I think I might actually just leave it with the twine, and then we have it with the neutral, we have it with the yellow. Or I think I like the neutral, because then it's, I think it kind of like your eye doesn't go directly to that, whereas I think it's a little bit too off-putting. So do you agree with me? Go with neutral. I'm going to go with neutral. I saw a neutral earlier on, so yeah. I'm going to stick with neutral. So I'm going to tiny bit of glue on the back of this one, and I'll just plonk that down there like that. Which is good. So those bits can, we don't chuck these bits. What we've got is we've got some little bags which we have, and we'll pop those in some bags, and then next time we come out, if we want these, we can then try and use them up, so they won't go to waste. So that's that. And then I think to finish this card up, we've got some of the red rhinestones here, or I've got some of the genial gems. Now the reason I got the genial gems is because these are very similar to, rather than me opening up a brand new packet, they are actually very similar to the wonderful gems in here as well. So they're a slightly different shape and they're a slightly different colour. Yeah, but this is pale papaya, isn't it? Yeah. Whereas this is just clear and gold. But they're very similar, so I'm going to be tight, and I'm not actually going to open up a brand new. Did we? I did.
Yeah, it's.
I couldn't find them when I looked in there.
I'm sure.
I thought I used them up.
This was next to Barry's, so I'm just checking. Maybe not.
I thought I used them all up. I could have sworn blind I'd used them on another project.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I'm going to just use these ones because they are. Well, let's have a little look. Do I want to go with these, or should I go with the red rhinestones on here? So this is the decision which we're going to have to make. Do I go clear and gold, or do I go red? So I can. I'm just going to place it there for the moment because I can quite easily take it off. So it's very, very subtle when it's on there like that. If I take a red one, ooh. What do you want? Do you want red gems or do you want the clear gems? We've got red, red. I think red is the winner. Red was my initial first choice, but then I thought, well, these might be quite nice as well. So let's pop the genial gems away. So I'm going to leave that one up the top there. And then I'm just going to then maybe just scatter a couple of these. Around like that, and just on the black. I think red and black is just such a lovely colour combination. I think it just pops quite nicely. And there we have it. There is my first card using this set, and it's a 10th fold. And there we have it. What do you think? Do you like? Do we get the seal of approval?
Very classy, says Heather.
Good.
Nice.
What, you want me to send it to you, Mandy, or you're going to case it? Is that a hint that you'd like this one sent to you for Christmas, or? So good. Thank you very much. So yeah. I'm just going to reset, and then Jay's just going to get himself ready, and he's going to come over and do tonight's second demonstration.
Oh wow, thank you, Betty.
Oh well, thank you so much. So good. So I'm not sure what Jay's doing. Do you know what you're doing yet, Jay? No. As usual, he just still doesn't know what he's doing. So what can I take away? Which means he's going to get a. Which means he's going to get a 1. It's good. Just bear with me. See, I'm a good crafter. I'll tidy up after myself before I hand over the table to Jane. Whereas I have a mess to contend with if I go second. So. Hence why I pretty much go first all the time. Good. Alright. Jay is here.
Jay is here.
Oh, sugar.
Amazing. That looks really nice with the black and red. Black, white, and red.
I do think maybe that needs something at the top here a little bit. I think that looks a little bit empty. Maybe.
Cool. Well, yes, someone will win this card. So if you haven't popped in a comment yet, please do so. No, next one. So for mine, I do have some samples. What did I have? So for this card, you've seen Barry emboss the layer with the full embossing folder. Now the embossing folder is a hybrid. It's called a hybrid because you can nest your dies onto this. So just as an example, if there is two sides, there's like a channel in here that to keep your die in place. And I'll show you.
Yes. Even I'm learning something new now.
So the way that Barry used it, it's just embossing folder in one go. If you put that die, so if you can see, it's the logo, behind the logo on there, it doesn't move. If you put it on here, it kind of like moves about. So just keep that in mind.
Don't chuck it across the floor.
Don't drop your die. Yeah, so put it on the channel, put your paper in, for example, run that through the same sandwich as how you would emboss it, and it will actually cut it. So that's it, cuts it and emboss it, and you will get this. So it embosses the outer frame, and it cuts the aperture in the middle. So that's how you would get this look. So that's the same as what Barry's done, but just with the bit cut off. And of course you will have the stitch frame or inside bit as something else for you to work on. Now the next one is with the die. Where's the dies? Here. You have the outline. So for this one, this outline again nests into there. So it actually, you can't, well, it does move, but it does fit around the design nicely. Again, put your paper down, cut that through normally, making sure that you put, when you're running it through your die cutting machine, you put that spine through first. And what you'll get is, of course, you'll cut the outside edge, the frame, as well as emboss it. So it cuts it and emboss it. So that one, how would that one? So that one, that's how you would have had it. Okay. Now the third example that I have is using another die, the intricate die, which is this one. Oops, sorry. Now with this one, because it's intricate dies, it cuts in between the designs. There you go. So it's not an open die. It doesn't, it does, but it doesn't. So if you do this way and place your paper, run it through the cut and emboss, it won't emboss the details too much, because you can see that the die is stopping that design to go through, and plus because of those closed spaces, it doesn't emboss the paper deep enough. Now to use this die, I will show you, and that's what I'll be working on today. But I love the different combinations that you can get, because of course you can keep the frame intact and have all white without the frame inside. And as you saw Barry use it, he's used it as a full embossing folder as well. So I'll just cut myself some paper. That's the thick. And because I'm gonna be cutting around the die, I won't need as big of a sheet as what Barry had, but I'll probably just use it as my normal A6. But you won't need as big, not really, because it'll be a lot less. If I want it to be really stingy, I can measure this. So yeah, 14 by 6 would be enough, or even 5 5/8 of an inch, even less, 5.5 probably. So 14 centimeters, but I'm just gonna go slightly over. And this is just basic white, and then I'm just gonna do, what's that, 10.5, 4 1/4, 1/8. So for this one, I'm actually going to die cut the intricate design first before I emboss it. So we'll have our cut and emboss, our suki. So you can see that it just fits. I'm just gonna cut it. So basic die cutting. And then you step it up with the hybrid embossing folder. So look at that design. So you do need to just take those off. And you can see the intricate die takes off the in-between spaces. And you can even just use it like that. It's a lovely frame even without the embossing. But why stop there when you have the embossing folder? Because the bundle comes with the dies and the embossing folder. I guess it just, if you don't have the time. But yeah, that looks amazing already. So I'm going to cut or emboss even. So this one, you can see that it will, I'll put it upside down. If I can't get to it. So it will fit in the embossing folder like so. I've kept my die already in there in place, and then I'm just gonna run that through. And to emboss this, because it's 3D, I'm gonna use my 3D plate. Sorry for the wibbles. Now what you have is a really detailed frame, embossed and cut and emboss, and I really like that. So comparing it to the previous one, so this one was the outer edge only. Of course you don't have the it's still as intricate as that one, the embossing, but the cutting isn't. Okay, and compared to that one, of course the embossing folder has those designs on the outer edges, which makes it look nice as well, and you can use it as is. Okay, so you have 3 different designs there, or even 6 if you want the inside bit as well. I'm sure there's more combinations, but I wanted to show you those. And that one, there you go.
Everyone's happy with how you're showing them how to use this set.
Yeah.
They were feeling a bit intimidated, a few people.
So yeah,
your explanation is great, showing them how to use it.
that's great. I hope that made sense with how I showed with the first 2, but I thought this one kind of like needed a bit more attention, just because I was kind of like, do I cut it at the same time? Because this one's got the stuff. I tried it. It didn't look. It didn't work. So that's why I thought I'll cut it first and then put it into the embossing folder. So and my next idea, I think holly leaves like works throughout the year, like leaves. comes out throughout the years, right? I'm sure,
Sorry?
like these leaves.
Yeah, I think you get holly all year
Yeah,
long, but it's
but,
more prominent at Christmas with the
um,
berries.
You can cut off the frames if you think the holly leaves are too Christmassy. The other leaves I don't think are. So you can always cut those off if you want to. And the thing that I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna color that with watercolors and or ink pads even. And I've used the bloom where you're planted designer series paper as my inspiration. So remember, use your catalog, and designer series paper has got the color coordinations on there, and to keep it like greens and cinnamon cidery. Cinnamon cidery. That's what I'll be using. I might add granny apple green to the mix just to make something bright because the colors that's on that DSP is garden green, evening evergreen, soft succulent, cinnamon cider, and gray granite. So I just thought I'll have a look at what DSP that I want to work with, as in like color wise, and that's how I normally kind of like think of color combinations. If you're stuck with color combinations, look at the DSP. Which DSP do you like the look of? What's your favorite one? And then look at it, what colors they've used and things. So then at least you have a starting point instead of kind of like thinking, oh, I don't really know color combinations. That's how I use the catalog as well. And I'm sure we've mentioned that in the past before. So I'm just getting water painters out.
They're saying that we'll be beautiful in gold, but love the whites. Paula says. And I think you or we have sold people on buying this set. It's dropping into people's baskets.
Okay, cool. If you're from the UK and you're wanting to do the TNT design retreat, do check out the booking page for our from the mitosocrafts.com, because the options you get the stamp set or go up an option. I don't know why I just did that. Go up an option and you will get the dies as well on there. But if you already got it, you could always swap out the stamp set or the bundle depending on the option you go for. So I've just done garden green, evening evergreen, I can't press these. Well, I can, but I find it really hard, so I'm gonna use gray granite. So I'm just gonna quickly color these in the water painters even. And I'll just go light first. And then just choose. Ooh, that's really dark, wasn't it? And I'm just doing it like really quickly, just for it. That one even looks like coral. Anyway, to me, it's that many. Probably be better on a silicone craft sheet. So I'll do the same. I'll just keep the same ones here. And I do just want to keep it just a wash. You can add more shading to it if you want to. Now for the next one, I might add. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to ask Barry something.
What do you want?
Oh, do I? Yes, I do. Oh no, I don't.
Wow.
We had a class last night, and I what did I use this for? Oh, stencils. And I was using kitchen towel to what you call it, clean my stencils, and it was pretty clean. It was hardly touched, and it was in the bin. Lucky me, eh? So yeah, so I'm just coloring it, and where else do I want the really bright green? What's your favorite green color from the Stampin' Up family? I think mine would have to be Granny Apple Green. It's nice and bright.
Yeah.
So that one, and keep, even if you only have like a couple of colors, as if you add a lot of water, or you can even mix it as well, it will have a different tone to it. So that's a really light evening evergreen there. I'll do the same for down here. Sorry, what's the time, Barry?
Just come back to clock.
Okay, I'll try and be quick. And you can add a bit more to make it darker. And because I'm doing all of this work on the frame, I'm gonna keep the construction of it quite simple, he says.
Wendy March says lemon lime twist.
Oh,
yes, that was
yes,
one of our favourites as well.
yes.
Oh, Judy says soft sea foam.
Oh yes.
And Sylvia is just not a green person.
Not a green. So I'm gonna, okay, oh, I got one more there. Make it dark on there. So you can color whatever color you like, Sylvia. It doesn't have to be greens. It's, if you're a pink person, have these all pink.
Janelle says shaded spruce and granny apple green.
Oh, shade. We like shaded spruce during Christmas, don't we?
Yeah.
Or last year we did anyway. We were using it quite a bit.
Amanda said, it's funny how we say things differently here in the UK. Canada, they say paper towels. What did you say? Kitchen towel.
Kitchen towel, yeah.
Pants, so trousers for us.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want me. I didn't want to be cleaning those stamps on my pants.
Right, finally this one, and I'm actually gonna use the gray granite for the holly. They're holly leaves, right?
Yeah.
Just to kind of like have that keep it subtle or even less prominent, but of course you can have it really shaded spruce. Would have been nice on that one. Or cut it off if you don't want it, if you're doing just a normal card, not a Christmas card. So I'm just doing that in gray granite. Flip it up. Maybe I'll add a bit of green on the tips, just a hint. There. And that is my frame. Now you can see I've kind of like gone over the border, but you can take your time a lot more than what I've been doing. and I'm just going over and tidying it up. But it's watercolor and it's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. That's what I keep saying to myself. Anyway, right, that's it. I'm gonna stop. Oh, one more there. Right, I'm just gonna keep that. Ooh, thank you, Barry. You've got the heat tool.
This is why I lose all the time, is because I go up there and then he just uses what I've got on the table already. You're going to go first next, but no, I don't like crafting after you.
I don't know what you mean. It's nice and clear on the table here. Right, I'm just gonna heat emboss that, so cover your ears. Heat emboss. Heat set even. Dry it up. Sorry, Tommy. Tommy's looking at me saying, why are you making noises? Right, so I do have soft succulent. I'm gonna check the dimension of that because I just took it from our pile. So our normal, so it's actually not normal. 10.5, and I'm gonna do it at, so just use your normal dimension, but we were a bit funky, so 14.6 times 2. What's that? 29.2 or 11 and a half. Oh no, look, I'm sure it's fine. And then half. And that's just gonna go on there. Sentiment, so there is a sentiment here you can just use, or I'm sure you all have normal sentiments, so you could always just do thinking of you for an all year round sentiment. So that's what I'll be using. Is that what you used? No. Oh, there. Too many blocks. Yeah, so thinking of you, and I'll probably use my other favorite green for sentiment, especially evening evergreen. Nice and dark, but it's green. It's not just black. Now you can use other. Ooh, that stamp, I'll use that just to add texture even more, or interest in the background. But I'm gonna use it tone on tone, which is soft succulent. Right, are you gonna be okay? You okay? Mm-hmm. So randomly. Yeah, that looks okay. And then just mask that off at the bottom. I had a problem last time masking off with the sticky note that we had, but we will see. Thinking of you. Hopefully it'll actually I'm going to, oh yeah, no, I'll do it. It's a, this is our first, I don't know if you were reading the chat, this is actually our first time using the set, so this stamp would probably be, I'm gonna try it once off, because sometimes there is residue from the factory, and then I'm just gonna clean that off first, and then hopefully the ink won't pull as much. Right. Oh no, wrong ink pad. There we go. Huh? No, I've got it. But because it's there you go, that's fine. So I'm just gonna add that on and stamp there. And I'm gonna prop this up using mini glue dot, or you can use, if you want more dimension, you can use dimensional, of course, but I do like, I should really stop doing this. Our class attendees know that this is our last roll. So I'm folding it so that it's that extra height, and I'm just putting it in different areas. I'm not doing it all of the up to the edge of the die cut, because I do like those to be going up. There, and then where else? There. And okay, and then I'm just gonna add that on. That's wonky. Did I stamp that wonky? Oopsie. It's fine. Now I'm just finding, oh, that is wonky, isn't it? Well, you did all said wonky is fine last time, right? So it's a wonky frame.
Evening, Esther.
Hi, Esther.
What's that? Is wonky.
It is wonky, right? Wonka donk.
Wonky donkey.
Oh, you all love a wonky frame. It's fun. Now to finish up, I did think, oh, I can add all of the my other favorite, the Baker's Twine essentials, and also I didn't use this one, so I will add this stamp. I keep looking at this stamp, but it's actually in here. You have this one that looks just normal leaves, or even that one, even that holly leaves, because it's kind of like stylized design. It looks really nice. And let's see, do I need paper? Where's my offcuts? Right. And oh, thank you. You're too kind. I did actually create a wonky card using Peaceful Cabin from last Sunday, which I can maybe show you at the end.
It's a jaunty angle.
A jaunty. Oh, I like that. I'll use that.
It's jaunty.
Jaunty. Right, so let's see if this... I didn't actually check if there's a die for this, but I'm just gonna check. Hopefully there is. Yes, there is. Of course there is. Ta-da. Right, I'm just gonna cut that and then finish up. He says. I was just gonna finish like that, but that wonkiness drew me. Right, that one and plate. 1 and a 2 and a 3. And then this. Is there 2 of these dies? I only saw 1. Probably just use 2 actually. One. And a 2. Wibble wobble, sorry. Right, I'll just use 2. And that can just go on top here. Just to fill up that space, or you can have the sentiment more up higher. And then I will add some. Oh no, where's the Barry?
Yeah.
Where's the other pot?
What?
Is it down there?
What,
Okay.
the ribbon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over here.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just use this. Right, I'll just do the same as Barry because it's on the table.
I think everyone needs to see a different style type of ribbon. It's all about showing what we have.
Well, okay,
So-
well, I was just gonna use the baker's. Oh, can you get me the linen thread then? I'm sure everyone's seen the linen thread, but
That's fine, you can use what you want.
just give me the box, please. Because I know what you like. You're just gonna give me what I ask, and then I'll change my mind.
Of course.
Do we even have linen thread? Oh yes, we do. Okay, last bit, but we have another one. Yes, baker's twine, one favorite. I'm sure you saw me use it last Sunday, but we will just do linen thread just to kind of like go with the natural look. You do have crumb cake there, or very vanilla. Ooh, grey granite. Ooh. Oh, now I'm like thinking, shall I just do it? Alright, I'm just gonna create a small bow with a bit of hanging stuff. Hanging tail. There, and cut that off. Linen thread does behave, well, I think a lot better than the twine. And just glue that. This is, there you go. And then this can just go and hide the joints. Would always, I'll keep it flat. And then finally that one there, and we will just add some embellishments. Which, what did you use for yours?
I used the red rhinestone.
Oh yes. Okay, I'll use the genial then. Which is where? Because that has got, I want to say soft succulent, the green or the pale papaya. No. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I don't like it there. 1, 2, there you go. Slightly closer. So that is my card using Merriest Moments, but using it kind of more of an all year round. So thank you so much for staying for the random draw of Barry's card. So we have, which I've already misplaced.
Jeanette wants to see some acetate used.
Acetate?
Yes.
What for?
She just wants to see some acetate.
I don't. Oh, for the embossing folder. Maybe on Sunday. I know what you're doing, Barry. You need to be coming over now. Where's your card? I don't even know where I placed it. I put it.
Do you want me to get it for you?
No, I can see it. It's under my mess.
We tried, Jeanette.
So yes, so Barry's card, really elegant with the black and white and a pop of red and crumb cake, using the Merriest Moment bundle. And don't forget different ways that you can use the embossing folder with the dies. And my greenery.
Well done.
So yes, so we hope you enjoy that, and don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so.
Yes, so good. So I'm just going to get everyone's names put in.
I was gonna get my.
Oh, see,
card.
now he gets up to go and
No,
get
my
something.
wonky
Now
card.
I've got over here and sat
didn't-
down next to
You
him.
didn't take the hint of my wonky card.
You didn't ask for anything then. So you see, so when I'm sat down by the side of him, he gets up and goes and gets what he wants.
I don't know where the wonky card is. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
The peaceful cabin wonky card.
I'll get it for you.
Never mind.
I'll get it.
It should be in there.
Maybe. I don't know. It might be in here.
That's fine. So I have nothing to show. It was out earlier.
Oh, I don't know where you've put it then.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just crack on.
I don't know where he's put anything. Sorry about that. So, yes, just chat and
So
talk.
we're gonna go on to the thing now, to the random draw.
Yep, just going to...
Okay,
Yep, so that's good.
so you are on now.
So good luck everyone. The winner of the first card, my card, is Judy.
Hey, congratulations,
Judy.
Judy.
There we go. Well done. That card is coming
its
over
way, yes.
to you.
Well done. Yay.
Well done, Judy.
Amazing. There we go.
So congratulations. Oh, I don't know what I was going to say then. So if you would like to win Jay's card with that one which he's just gone and done, pop a comment in down below. Now, not in the chat, wherever it is. Just pop it down below. I think it's that way, isn't it? The live chat. Well, it is for us anyway. So
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the other way because it's weird.
So
anyway.
if you'd like to win that one, comment down below where you would normally pop them.
Cool.
So good. So well done. We will be back with you again on Sunday.
Yeah.
Same time, same place. You may have a Funfold Friday this week. I'm not sure. It all depends if I get it recorded in time. So we may have there may be a break this week. Who knows? If I can get it recorded in time, we will be one. If not, I will just put it back until next Friday. So watch this space.
Cool. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you on Friday or Sunday.
Yes. Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.